And it is a privilege and a wonderful opportunity of having everyone join us today. And in case you're joining us and you're not sharing this wonderful program, it is a good time to share. My name is Victoria Adedoze, and I'll be your host on today's edition or episode of the Track program. Good morning from here. My name is Victoria Adedoze once man. I have a wonderful guest this morning. I'm hosting, celebrating the wonderful Track program with us on the third edition, and we're going to be having a wonderful time together. On today's edition, just before we introduce the topic, we'll be taking an introduction from my right. So we have students and a professor this morning joining us in the Track program. We have a student and we have a professor. So we'll be taking our students. Can we meet you, dear students?
My name is Sirajudeen Lawale.
All right, you're welcome. Your faculty, your school.
Faculty of Engineering from the Maritime Studies, Department of Mechanical Engineering.
Beautiful. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, to my left, you're welcome from.
Thank you.
Please come in.
Yes, I am Professor Vincent Isaac Biology, Professor of Mechanical Engineering and the Dean Faculty of Engineering and Maritime.
Beautiful. So there you have it. So today is actually an academic session, and we shall be discussing today the Dean and the Dreamer. Why engineering and maritime study in the Admiralty University of Nigeria? Of course, if you know what the track represents, you know that the track represents topics we have been discussing engaging topics that has to do with Admiralty University of Nigeria environment. And today we'll be talking about the Dean and the Dreamer. You may be wondering what kind of topic is this? Don't bother yourself. What the topic is about is the Dean. As we have met, we are hosting the Dean today of the Faculty of Engineering and Maritime Studies, who happens to be the Dean in the topic. And we are also hosting a student from the Faculty of Engineering and Maritime Studies. He happens to be from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. So we want to know, or we want to have discussions that has to do with this new faculty. In case you are getting a memo for the first time, this is the Faculty of Engineering distinguished facilities to kickstart its educational process here at the Admiralty University of Nigeria. And we want to have discussions as to what this faculty stands to hold today. And that's why we are hosting and we are having discussions that have to do with this newest faculty. So if you're ready for the discussion, let us dive right in. So we'll be starting with our Dean, our Professor Vincent Manuel. Hi, welcome, sir. Yeah, glad to have you join us today. All right, so sir, let's start from the beginning so that people will understand where we are today. You were involved in the NUC accreditation process that took place last year, yes? Okay, sir. So can you just flow with us? Can you just guide us through how did we get here? How did we get verified? And how did we actually receive a nod from the NUC, the National University Council? And how did we get verified and accredited to kickstart this educational process in the Faculty of Engineering, sir?
Yeah, thank you very much. Long story, short time. What we did when I came on board, it was quite difficult initially when we started because there's so much to be done within a very short period. So we quickly tidied up every end for resource verification, which is the initial process for NUC exercise activities for you to start the program. We put up together a team that can build the curriculum. Of course, the curriculum has to be a curriculum that is technologically driven because we're in a modern dispensation where technology is not up to date. So our curriculum is basically technology driven and is based on the core curriculum minimum academic standard, CCMAS. That's the new AUC defined curriculum for universities. So we took that and we build our 30%, which normally AUC will ask you They will give you the 70% and they will ask you to build in your local courses, which is 30%. So we built our local courses into the CC maths of NUC, and that formed about 100% for the curriculum. We develop curriculum across all engineering courses and then for maritime courses as well. So that took quite some time, and after building all of that, we have to source the human resources, we have to source, the equipment, we have to source infrastructure, and all of that built together. So all of this, we achieved within a space of 3-4 months. And after we've done that, we notify NUC that, see, NUC, please, we are ready for you to come down and resource verify us. Of course, they were very glad and happy to come down and verify what we have to offer. Now, one of the major things that we have is a course that we call the Naval Architecture. It's a brand new course. Admiralty is the only university to date offering naval architecture as a program in Nigeria. And so it posed a lot of challenge for us, and we have to also source, course content from architecture, course content from engineering, course content from ICT, and build all of that together in order to ensure that we have, an evolving curriculum for that program. So NUC came eventually, and they sent in their team and were resource verified.
Beautiful, beautiful. One of the things he said that caught my attention is that the Faculty of Engineering is doing all they can to be technologically driven, and that for me it's wonderful, because in the 21st century, in the century we are currently in, any people want to get engaged in things that are technologically driven. And I'm so glad that Admiralty University of Nigeria is not slacking at all in taking that position. And of course, we heard about the fact that Admiralty University is the only university in Nigeria so far offering a course called Naval Architecture. So I believe that over time we'll get to know more about what this naval architecture is. But for now, let me ask you, sir, another question, sir. This faculty is a new one. How are you settling down, sir? Of course, you said that they'll be verified for 3 to 4 months now. But as I know that when this any position comes upon someone, especially the new position, being that it is a fresh position and fresh rules, fresh everything, there will be to take some time to settle in. But I want to ask that, how are we settling in knowing that the faculty is relatively new, sir?
Well, it's a challenge when you build from scratch.
Yeah.
But when you build from scratch, you have to be sure that the foundation is grounded and solid. Because if the foundation is not solid, every other person will start building on it. 10, 20 years, 50 years down the line, people will see building on that particular foundation you have made. So we have defined a particular structure to ensure that the foundation is balanced. Now, because we are engineers, we know what foundations are. And when you are laying a foundation, you ensure that you have your iron network, you have your solid pillars, you have all of that in place. And so what we have done is to ensure that the university culture is embedded in the faculty by ensuring that we have set standard. We have when you talk about university culture, we talk about the academic behavior, we talk about hierarchy and rankings of all academic staff in the faculty. That we carefully put in place, and these are what we are doing. So as we go along, as we get along with it, though there's quite a lot of challenges. Of course, we need to source so many things. We need to source for lecturers in particular, specific areas of interest that are of interest to us. So in sorting all of this, it's quite a lot of challenges, but we are getting over them. We are, surmounting all our.
Surely, everything depends on the foundation.
Yeah.
Once the foundation is destroyed, the Holy Book said, what can the righteous do? So the foundation, I'm so glad that the faculty is taking shape with the university culture, which as you mentioned, and you are doing fantastically well in that. And I would say a very good kudos to you, sir. It's not easy learning from scratch. Thank you so much, sir. So sir, just before we give you a little break, so before we talk to students here, sir, what's your vision for this newfound faculty? What's your vision like for this?
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. We intend to build a faculty, a world-class faculty that is driven by innovation, driven by sustainability, and driven by academic excellence. This will empower, the students to have the skills required so that they can be globally competitive when they go out. That's what we are doing, and that's the vision we have.
A world-class faculty facility, so anywhere you are in the world, it means that once this is in place, anybody from all walks of life can access this faculty, and there's nothing like it. So kudos to you, sir, once more, and kudos to the Faculty of Engineering, and then kudos to, of course, Admiralty University of Nigeria. Thank you. So sir, we'll be back to you shortly. So let's head over to our students from the Faculty of Engineering. So I wanted to give me a rundown as to, I hope you don't mind, it's kind of out of the box, but I think you will not mind. How did you get to know about Admiralty University of Nigeria and the Faculty of, having to know that Admiralty University offers your course because you aspire to study? How did you learn about Admiralty University of Nigeria? You're welcome.
I applied for admission for mechanical engineering, but I was not applying mechanical engineering. So one of my secondary school teacher, he lectured there, so he told me come back this day. So he asked for my jam score, I told him to say that wow, that's a very nice score. He asked me why didn't they give me admission to that university? I said their bottom was 300 and
Wow.
for mechanical engineering. He said yes. He said with my jam score 220. So he asked me to come back. About
Beautiful. I'm so glad you're glad. Of course, you're just in your world, right? So how have you been so far? This is a new faculty, and then you're the first batch of mechanical students that will be graduating from, eventually graduating from the faculty of mechanical department, the mechanical department, right? So how did you feel knowing that it's a new university, not a new faculty? How did you feel? Were you scared? Were you, indifferent? Were you excited? So share your experience with us.
firstly, I thought it would be a tough time for me. 5 years.
Okay.
But when I sit myself down, I meet my lecturers, we meet the teacher, and I found very good. So I said to myself, this is what I think. I was very excited. So
Beautiful. Beautiful. And then, this is the federal university. So far, so good. What can you say about how, our teaching, our mode of teaching has been? Do you feel like the place of discipline? And would you advise people to actually come into this faculty, come into your faculty, or, come into the faculty of engineering?
yes.
Okay.
When I thought about the discipline, when you see the military personnel in this, your mindset change like that fear, that discipline comes to your mind when you see them, even though you want to do parting, stuff that that fear comes to your mind.
Okay, beautiful. So it's a wonderful place to be in terms of discipline, in terms of their educational standard. Admiralty University of Nigeria is doing well, right? So beautiful. So I want also to ask, what's one moment that made you feel so proud so far that you've been in Admiralty University of Nigeria? Is there any moment that you can say, yes, you have this one unique moment? Everybody has, students always have one incident that happened that shaped them. So do you have any of such?
I don't have a particular one.
Okay.
But when I see this environment of Adum, I see how the lecturer teaches lectures, I see the library, and project for research, I see books, new books. I just apply on it. So,
Wonderful. And then you have it from hearing from a student of the Faculty of Engineering and also a student of Mechanical Engineering. So, in case you are just tuning in, we want to let you know that this is the T.R.A.C.K event, training reality and creating knowledge. And in case you're just joining us, we encourage you to share, please. Make sure you share. We are discussing today about our new faculty, Faculty of Engineering and Maritime Studies. And we know that so many students and so many words, so many parents and guardians will be interested in knowing about this new faculty and in sending their word. We want you to know that Admiralty University of Nigeria is a place to be. So, just before we continue, let us continue on our interview. So, going ahead in asking the dean, sir, let's talk about maritime studies. Let's talk about the courses being offered in the Faculty of Engineering and Maritime Studies. And of course, that's other what you call course you mentioned, naval architecture. What the how let's just share more light, show more light that on the courses. The course seems unique and it's not just like the other conventional courses we see. So I just show more light on the courses so that people are aware about what we offer in this beautiful faculty.
Right, thank you. For engineering, we have at the moment 4 different programs. That is, we have mechanical engineering, we have electrical engineering, we have naval architecture, which I will come to after. We also have petroleum and gas engineering. Now, for maritime, at the moment, we are running just 2 programs. We have nautical science and logistics and supply chain management. Now, these 6 programs are unique. They are designed in a way so that they will improve our students with the hands-on skill. Now, one thing is clear here. What we're actually doing for our students at the end of their 5-year or 4-year program, they are not to go out there and looking for jobs. So they are going out there to create jobs. That's what we have designed. And that's the vision and mission of that particular program. So all these programs were carefully selected so that they will reflect the new trend of global competitiveness. It is very important because the job market is for everyone. Graduates from Ife, graduates from Lagos, graduates from Benin, graduates from everywhere. And so you have to train your own students to have a competitive advantage over others, and that's what we are putting our students to have. So particularly, our selling point for maritime studies, which I said earlier, is naval architecture. Now, this program is half maritime and half engineering. So we bring the 2 components together. It involves shipbuilding, ship maintenance, ship design, so that every graduate from that particular course can be integrated into the Navy. And they will have opportunities, exploring the maintenance of ship and all of that over across the world. So it has been carefully built up so that they will have their uniqueness and they will reflect what we intend the students to have.
Wow. If you agree with me, you know that Admiralty of Nigeria did not even come to play. They have carefully selected each courses for the students to follow through and learn. So, just like Professor said, it means that students do not have any business looking for jobs after their studies if they take it serious and if they know what they came to do in school. So, I would advise you if you are interested in learning any course that has to do with engineering and of course any of the courses he has mentioned, naval architecture, logistics and supply chain management, the Faculty of Maritime Studies, do well to come to Admiralty University of Nigeria. Top-notch and excellent training and lectures, if you ask me. Beautiful. So, sir, we want to ask, are there criteria for learning these courses, coming, applying for these courses? Can you just help us share more light on that?
Now, if you want to apply to Admiralty University, come and study one of those courses, Maritime or engineering. Now, for engineering is a 5-year program. Maritime is 4 years. For engineering, of course, and even maritime, you will need, a 5 credit, which include physics, chemistry, mathematics, of course, English language, which is compulsory, and then any other kind subject. So, but for maritime, at least you will need biology, to get enrolled into the university. So that's the basic criteria. And of course, we don't know what the jam cutoff mark will be for this year. Whatever the jam cutoff mark is, at least you try as much as possible to make sure that you make that cutoff point and have all of these basic science courses in credit to be able to apply to Admiralty.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for shedding that light with us. So as we've heard it, in case you have that ambition, you have to go to apply for the faculty or into the Faculty of Engineering and Maritime Studies. Do not hesitate. So, sir, I want to really ask, and I want to really know, sir, where do you see this? It's of course a unique course. It's a unique faculty generally. Engineering is not just any of course it's a 5-year program, and of course it needs intensity and dedication, focus. So just for people to know more about it, where do you see this especially the faculty the maritime studies as a course, where do you see it going in the future? Where do we see ourselves evolving in the future so that people can actually have a more robust view and idea as to what this course has to offer?
Now you see, this time, when there's a new trend, you need to follow that. If you don't follow the new trend, it's like a moving train. The train will just leave you behind, and then you have to. It's also comparable to somebody, now we have what we call automatic driven vehicles. And then when you want to buy a vehicle, you now say, no, I'm not going to buy automatic driven vehicles. I'm going to buy a manual vehicle. Of course, manual vehicles are gone forever. Now we have artificial intelligence. We have AI driven technology everywhere. AI has come to stay. Now, if you don't build AI into your course of study or program, you'll be left behind. And that's exactly what we have carefully designed into all our programs. Okay, so that when our students finish from the program and they are going out, they will be able to work in areas where artificial intelligence are applied, robotics are applied, smart technology, green engineering, blue economy, which we are talking about. That's the United Nations SDG 14, which is life underwater. So we expect them to be able to integrate themselves and work within that sector and be competitive. Now, transport and logistics, you have logistics supply chain across the world. Ship moving from China to America to Nigeria and all of that. So we expect our students, after finishing the program, to be able to work within this domain and then make impact in the world.
Thank you so much, sir. And then if you have questions or you may be having questions, like we told you to do well to ask your questions. In case you want to ask your questions, please do well to send your questions to the number I'll be calling 0813 321 51912. We'll do well to take your questions, or you can actually leave your questions in the comments and it will be shared. Oh, don't forget, this is the number to call to leave your questions 0813 215 192. So we'll be expecting your questions as we prepare to take them. But then let's head over to our students once more. Mr. a young engineer, in the next 4 years, you'll be referred to as engineer. I was looking at my brother's post on WhatsApp and yesterday, and I just saw engineer got far. 5 years has made him an engineer, and to that name there is a credit. So I want to share your experience with us. How did you or why did you choose the course mechanical engineering? There are other courses out there. You have chosen electrical and electronic engineering, but why did you choose the course mechanical engineering? Don't say mechanic. Yeah, sure, good. Yeah.
The main reason why I choose the Gambia is
Mhm.
because of my sound knowledge in mathematics and physics.
Wow.
From my childhood, I love mathematics.
Uh,
So my parents advised me to study engineering.
okay.
So I love mathematics, but I love mathematics.
Very well. So you can solve all kinds of questions in mathematics if you give it. I'm sure that you'll be one of the students that will graduate with first class and you'll be going to all our competitions and bringing the cups at Maritime University of Nigeria. I hope you are ready for that. Mathematics and physics. Because those are the topics, those are the subjects I dread the most. So having someone here who is very good at it, it's a very, very rare opportunity. So we are looking forward to your course, to see your face in all the banners of Admiralty University of Nigeria and all over the world. You remember, this faculty is a world-class university. So please study well so that you can be, giving your desired, credit for that. Okay. So looking forward to you again. I want you to do something very quickly for us. You are at American University of Nigeria, and then this spotlight is on you, and you are asked to pitch, being a student you've not been here for 6 months right now, right? Beautiful. So you've been here for like 3 to 4 months. What can you say to people that desire to apply for to the American University of Nigeria? Can you pitch and sell this course to them so that they can also see reasons to apply?
I will tell them if they're coming in, they will learn the gift and they will enjoy like continue the environment of learning the beautiful lecturers we have, our knowledge, like library, the laboratory, everything, like again for class.
Knowledge. Beautiful. So, in the next 3 to 4 years, where do you see yourself as a graduate? Of course, apart from being a graduate, you can become an engineer, or let me see, right? Olawale. So, engineer Olawale, you must have become a graduate. So, but then, where do you see yourself after being a graduate? What do you want to do with this knowledge? Because professor has already said the word class and you have no business to do your job because Admiralty University of Nigeria would have given you the wherewithal to, in fact, be an employer of knowledge, not to be a seeker of knowledge or to be looking for jobs. So where do you see yourself? As a classroom teacher teaching math and physics? Okay, please share with us.
My next course is build robotics.
Wow, wow. To build robotics engineering.
Build
Robots. Wow. Wow. You have to start from here. You have to start, you have to build us one, maybe a robot that will be going on an errand for us or, something. AI is taking over the world. And it will be a pride, Professor, who I'm talking, I'm saying, I'm talking your mind, I'm saying your mind. It will be a pride to the university, saying that students build robotics. Students do, go beyond, over and beyond in doing not just not just theoretical or conventional teachings, but going overboard and saying that they apply. We are concerned about the application of knowledge here. So Olawale, engineer Olawale in equity, we like to encourage you to don't stop in building whatever you want to build. Start now. Don't wait for later. I asked you later. You said you want to, but that thing you want to do now, do it. Start doing it right now. All right, beautiful. And that is from engineer Olawale. If you are watching us, you're watching the next engineer in Admiralty University of Nigeria. And my God's grace, soon he is going to be we are going to be celebrating him on the global stage, courtesy of the Admiralty University of Nigeria. So, sir, we are about to wrapping up this edition. I want to really say thank you for your time so far. And our viewers, thank you so much for watching us. Of course, the numbers to call still remains. The ask for sending your questions 0813 215 1912. Do well to send your questions if you have, and we are eager to take your question. Our dean here is eager to answer your question. So do well to send in your questions, and it will be given prompt response. Thank you so much. So, sir, in your concluding words, if you have any question, I just have a question that has just come in. The person is saying, what effort is the school making towards the faculty moving to its permanent site at Sapele? So that was the question that just came in. That you want to answer that question?
Right, that's a very good question. For that person to ask, that means that person is following us and current about what we're doing. Yes, our permanent site is at Sapele, and just last week here we were at Sapele, and to put things in place, because by October our students will be going there for their 200 level. So we are putting things in place, equipment, lecture halls, offices, they are all set for them to move to Sapele by October, when they will be starting their 200 level. Yes. So we are set, we are ready.
Wow.
Just come join us.
Just come and join us. We are ready to move to Sapele come October 2025. 200 level students will be having their lectures right there at Sapele. So there you have it. Another question here says that what is the figure? Of course, if you're following through this program, you will know that he had somehow mentioned it. But another question here says, what is the unique role, or what makes Admiralty University of Nigeria worth attending? What is the unique thing? Because the person is talking about maritime studies and being not just the only university. Admiralty University of Nigeria is not just a university offering it. So why Admiralty University of Nigeria? What is the unique selling point?
Thank you very much. Now, I said the program is technologically driven. But most importantly, I want our viewers to take home from here is that Admiralty University is a university that when they say a program is 4 years, that program remains 4 years. There is no strike here. There is no why anywhere. Students are well taken care of. The day you enter this university, that day you will know the day you graduate. So it's a unique selling point. When you enter, you can plan your life ahead. The day.
No strike, no delays. So get into the Admiralty of University of Nigeria, you have no excuse. And to add to it, he said it is technologically driven. We are high on technology here. We are high on AI. All right. So do well to send in your words. Do well to mention Admiralty University of Nigeria, Faculty of Engineering to your words. So we also, just before we close, want to get the final words from our students. What do you have to say? Are you happy that you're here? What do you have to say to people out there, and maybe your friends, your parents that are watching you? What do you have to say to them for coming to this interview today?
I'm happy. But engineering is one
Wow. So he said he is happy. Our engineer here does not speak so loud, so I'm helping him amplify his voice. So he said he is so happy that engineering is his dream course, is his big dream. So he's so happy to be in Admiralty University of Nigeria. So just one more question, sir. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. This question says, talking about practical, is the school ready in the area of practicality? How ready is the school?
Yes. Our students will start their practicals from 200 levels. That's why they are moving to Sapele. Now, at Sapele, for every department, we have defined laboratories where they will be taking through some practical classes. And again, where the school is situated in Sapele is a base, naval base, where we already have a ship there, so they can learn hands-on and see what is going on. Where we have turbines there, operational, where they can see hands-on. Where we have very big workshop, general engineering workshop. CNC machines are there, hydraulic equipment are there, energy equipment are there. Things that can enhance their skill acquisition. They are all on ground in Sapele. So once they move to Sapele, practicals are just something they will not quite easily.
So there you have it. If you ask me, this is a world that is beautiful. This is a beautiful no. It is so beautiful to know that the Admiralty University of Nigeria is doing all they can to ensure that they offer this course, this standard, this world class courses are being offered in the school. So more questions are still coming. We are about to wrap up, but let's see if we will take this last one before we wrap it up. This question says, how will Sapele campus relate with the main campus?
Well, thank you very much. These are administrative questions, but the reality of the matter is that Sapele campus is a naval base. Whatever is going on in Sapele, whatever is going on in Buzue, we are all one and working very closely together to ensure that our goal, which is building our students, for the future, is achieved.
Beautiful, beautiful. And with that, we shall be wrapping up on today's episode of Telling Reality and Creating Knowledge here at our studio. It was a wonderful time, hanging out, staying with, and relating to with our professor, the dean of the Faculty of Engineering and Maritime Studies, and our upcoming engineer Olawande. So I want to really say thank you, sir, for your time today at this program, the episode 3 of the Telling Reality and Creating Knowledge program. And we look forward to a wonderful school. This topic has been on the Dean and the Dreamer. What is the Faculty of Engineering and Maritime Studies up to? We want to encourage you to please do also follow our social media platforms on YouTube and Facebook and other social media platforms. Do we have wonderful, wonderful content there for your engagement? So far, we have been with the student engineer Olawale and Professor Vincent Balogun. Thank you so much. My name has been your host so far, and I'm sure you had a wonderful time today with us on today's episode. Join us same time, same station next week, Monday. Until then, my name remains Victoria. I'll be seeing you some other time. For now, it is bye-bye. Thank